Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are still playing as Great Britain. It's been a minute since I've recorded. We got two diplomatic plays going on here. One is... what is this? This is a... yes. We have a colonial revolt in Chokwe. And the other one is a revolutionary Ionian Islands play. Alright. We got one company that we haven't founded yet that we could found. I think, if I recall correctly, I was waiting on a company with a better set of abilities. So let's take a quick run through these. Let me see if I can find anything. Would be nice to have a really good prestige boost, but I think I don't necessarily need that. Wales Premium Forestries, that would give us an infrastructure boost, which would be pretty nice. Alright, I think formation speed would be pretty good. And then we have a few that we are not capable of attaining yet. Do any of these offer anything really strong? 5% extra innovation is really, really solid. And maximum innovation investment. Oh, that's really strong. We can achieve that. Okay, so what do we... Well, okay. So Phillips is one option. J&P Coates. That's right. That one's pretty good. Yeah, I think we're going to go for Phillips. So what do we need for this? We need an either Holland or Gelra, a level 10 electrics industry. We're already building some electrics industries in the Netherlands. Where are we building them? Oh, no, we're building them in Lancashire. Okay. Do we have electrics industries in any of these places? None in Holland. None in Gelra. Alright, so first we need to electrify these zones. We've already got power plants, so that's good. So that just means building up some electrics industries. Urban centers are using electrical power already, which is good. And I don't have the capacity to produce or a need for public transit quite yet. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get started here. And there's electrical capacitors. Brilliant. We've got central planning spreading to us. So this is going to give us some additional capabilities in our main areas. We've got the capacity for electrifying our textile mills. I don't think that's necessarily useful to us right now. We're still working on getting our tooling industry using rubber. That's something we'll need to spend a little bit more time on as things go on. So how is rubber looking in our customs union right now? Cars are still crazy expensive. Wow, a lot of pops buying cars. Heck. I think it might be time to build up... I queued up some railways, just kind of all throughout the empire. But I think now is going to be the time to make some more motor industries. No, we got electrical capacitors because we're rushing the electric railways tech, and that's going to give us way more engines. That's right. So, in preparation for that happening, there's our war with the Ionian Islands. I'm going to quickly get a naval invasion going here, if I recall correctly, is what we were doing. I don't quite have enough ships, or a guy. Let's see. You're a humanitarian. What is that? Oh, right. Humanitarian is the one that's endorsed multiculturalism. That's interesting. And then all the others are big personal rights things. Okay, yeah, you can have a navy. This man can have a navy. All right, and we're gonna invade. Lagging. All right, we're good. With our Army of Australia. Yeah, I know I have too few flotillas. Brazil wants a defensive pact. Sure. That's right. Look at that flag. Look at that flag. Alright. So we'll get going with that. So in preparation for that, I gotta figure out where I've got motor industries, and I'm gonna need to electrify those areas. So, home counties, I got 15 levels. And when we go to electric trains, it's gonna be math 30? Yeah, 30 electricity each. So, we'll start with the ones in the home counties and Lancashire. Oh, and we got a bunch building up in East Anglia. Alright, so the home counties, Lancashire, East Anglia, and I'll leave off the ones in Ireland for now, and we'll work out how the production methods line up in a second. We got some more rubber, we got some more rubber, and some more rubber. Rubber rush, doing the same thing we always do. Alright. Once again, home counties, Lancashire, and East Anglia so far. So, how are the power plants here doing? They're not... They could definitely use more power. They use engines themselves, so it's a little bit of a vicious cycle. They produce 50 electricity a pop. So if we're going to ultimately need 30 electricity per level, that's going to be 450 electricity. So we're going to need 9 levels. Moving right along here. Oop, I closed the... Hey, artillery foundries. Well, those take oil. Never mind. You're good to go. Lancashire is going to have 8 levels. That's going to be 240. So Lancashire is going to need an additional 5 levels of power plants. We'll go ahead and queue those up now. East Anglia is going to have a total of 17. We'll round it up to 20 to make the math easier so that they can continue to expand, which it looks like the private sector is indeed doing. So that's going to be 20 times 30 is 600. We're going to need a total of 50. No, sorry, a total of 12 levels of power plants. I recognize it's going to take us over a year to get here. There's Royal Chokwe. I recognize it's going to take us over a year to get there, but I've got all these railways I'm getting built, so it's going to take plenty of time for us to get there anyway. And then once that's done, what do we have in terms of labor availability? Looks like labor's population's higher in Holland than it is in Gelre. So, we'll go ahead and throw in 10 levels. Oh, we've already got... Or no, it's electrics industries we need here. Electrics industries... Well, we'll queue it up to 10, and then I'll check the base production. Because I know we've got electrics industries in various areas. Here we go. Electrics industries... They're going to need... They don't necessarily need electricity, but they do if they're going to produce radios. So we're going to need more electricity there to begin with. They're going to take 50 electricity a pop? Wow, that's really a lot. That's really quite high. But I guess it is what it is. We're going to need some more electricity in Yorkshire. Hang on, let me... Yeah, 50 electricity a pop. Alright, so that means we're going to need 10 levels of power plants. So we'll queue those in. Alright. We've already taken over the Ionians here. Our insufficient naval support was not a barrier to this thing happening, so we'll go ahead and grab the Army of Australia, and we'll place them on this front here, where Linda is attempting to revolt. This is Linda, right? Yes, here we go. And this army can go there as well, since they're already there. Alright, and now finally, I'll get the game speed up just a little bit. So, what are our next moves? We've got 18... Excellent. 18 infamy. Got a bunch of oil pipelines here. What are our targets for conquest? We definitely need to knock out the rest of these areas in Central Africa. I want to go ahead and grab Zanzibar. So how much is it going to be? Ooh, not the market. Diplomacy screen. Interactions screen. How much is it going to be to just conquer Zanzibar straight out the gate? Sorry, as you can tell, it's been a minute. 17.5. Alright, so we're actually almost there. Other options, we can continue our expansions in Southeast Asia, which is also tempting. Because Asaf and Siak are both independent. Siak has allies in Burma and Siam. I could potentially try to sneak in a secondary war goal against one of them without bringing France in, because I think we and they still have a truce. No, we do not. Alright. Well, they might get involved anyway. And that's on them. Uprising in Senegal against the French. Not any of my business, but it is happening. Let's take over Dainam. I'd love to take the Philippines from the Spanish as well. I think Sulu we no longer have a truce with, so I could quietly invade them without causing myself too much grief. That's probably going to be the way to go next. Economic growth is steady. Economic growth per capita is pretty good, or GDP per capita is pretty good as well. That's the end of the revolution in the Ionians. This one's about to pop off. Let's go ahead and increase the game speed here. Other diplomatic plays, again, just this communist revolt in Senegal, which I'm not going to participate in for the moment. There's the war with Lunda. As you can see, that's going to be... Right. Chokwe has been successfully taken over. Giving us colonization rates. Hold on, Chokwe, are you... You're still decentralized. Alright, so... Alright, perfect. And then this area has been taken over as well. So once this war is over, we'll continue with our... Minas Gerais. Hold on. Brazil. Do we have part of this? Minas Gerais? Sorry, I'm trying to find it. My Brazilian geography is very weak. Okay, no, we don't. Nope, that's just something that happened. Cool. Alright, so we'll probably back off on this. Well, we'll ignore this diplomatic play, really. And once this war is finished, we'll go ahead and grab... Zanzibar, and we should be down... Oh no, we're still at a little chunk of infamy. Oil in Lancashire. Wonderful. Encourage this trend. Oil is the future. Oil in Lancashire. Wild. Okay, so we're actually not going to be able to finish to grab Zanzibar right away. I could risk going over 25, but I don't want a massive war right now with a bunch of different people because I'm grabbing some territory in Africa. There are a lot of ways this could go. Who do I have truces with right now? Ooh. Central American mass migration. They're coming to Ulster. Excellent. Who do I have truces with right now? Only Russia and Spain. Various exiles. Oil pipeline in Lancashire. Don't mind if I do. Extra infrastructure basically for free? Heck yes. They will accept this peace deal. We'll go ahead and say yes to that. 9.2. Maybe we'll give it a little longer and then go. Continent of Opportunity. Colonists, having moved to Ba Congo, hoping to build a new life in Great Britain's new African territories, are struggling to survive in the unfamiliar environment. If it was only the temperature and the weather, we would manage. If it was not also the flora, the fauna, and the soil, which were so wholly alien to our customs. We knew we would be on the frontier. We knew we would be on the frontier of the chapter of a new chapter of British history. But if there was anything more than a footnote, the assistance we've received thus far is woefully lacking. But if that is to be anything more than a footnote, let's go with the colonial administration should assist them. This causes us minus 10 bureaucracy. We can definitely afford that. All right, so I'm going to let our infamy tick down a bit. We're still a little shorter on bureaucracy than I would like to be. Well, there's a proletarian revolt. I thought I was going to be there. That's okay though. A proletarian revolt in Oman. It's just this territory, so I'm going to go ahead and relocate the Army of Australia to an HQ that is nearby. I'm also going to grab the Mediterranean Station Fleet and put them here. So they're kind of on the way already, and then we can get that going as soon as that pops off. Kind of sad that we don't have a front. Well, waiting was a dumb idea. I shouldn't have did that, but that's okay. Go ahead and mobilize the Army of Canada to deal with this revolt here. And Brazil is in a diplomatic play. Well, they're offering us support. No. No, thank you. I don't... The AI loves to do this, and I'm really not sure why. Okay, they're siding with us anyway. Again, not sure why. I really don't feel like that's going to be that much of a boon for us. I'm going to go ahead and throw down a few extra levels of government admin. Where have I got some labor available? Not a lot of labor available in the colonies right now. I'm building in the Niger Delta. And that's just going to be to provide us with a little bit more bureaucratic capacity so that if we get another one of those colonization events, Spain and Sweden are up against each other. What flag is this? Kingdom of Sweden. Ah, it's Sweden and Norway together as a minor. Okay, so what's all this then? Ah, I see. They're trying to unify Scandinavia. They're trying to unify Scandinavia, so they're up against Denmark and the Grand Duchy of Finland. You know, a unified Scandinavia would be a nice counterbalance to the growing power of Germany in Europe. Not necessarily a huge one. I think I will probably stay out of this. I'll let China do that, take point on that. Numerous states declaring neutrality in our small diplomatic plays here. So I think once these are good to go, we'll definitely be able to... Oh, what on earth has happened? Hold on. Excuse me. The Pope has declared a Roman... has become secular. The papacy. It's a secular country now. Well, no, it's still state religion, but it's a parliamentary republic instead of being a theocracy. That's bananas. That's absolutely wild. But what if they were my protectorate? Oh, 28. It's gonna be a lot. I shouldn't be just taking protectorates in Europe. That's not ideal. Especially seeing as we now know that if a unification plague happens in Germany, I'm going to lose that protectorate without any recourse, which I'm hoping does not happen, but because it doesn't seem very cool at all. Oh, Omani Proletarian Revolt has popped off, and I've completely ignored it. All right, we're we're going to naval invade. We're here with the Army of Australia once again. I should just increase the size of this fleet a little bit. The Mediterranean Station Fleet. Yeah, I think that's the right call. Oop. So we'll go ahead and we'll just build extra... We're on torpedo boats. Yeah, torpedo boats are fine for now. We'll just throw a few levels in Holland. And we'll throw that up at the top of our building queue. That should be done fairly shortly, and then we won't have to worry about that business. Insubordinate jingoist. An officer from our African colonies has intentionally provoked confrontation with Chokwe despite instructions to keep the peace. We can either save face by going along with the officer's plot, or recall him, admit that we lost control of the situation, and upset the jingoists. Never mind the missives of weak-minded fools in the capital. Everything I have accomplished during these campaigns was done in spite of the ministry, not because of it. We have no choice but to attack Chokwe, or recall the officer and end the madness. I'm going to go with the first one. I've been doing that. I already won a war against them. I have colonization rights. That's just going to kind of go the way it goes. And France is going after Egypt to ban slavery and steal Sinai. China and Mexico have sided with France. And I am tempted to side with Egypt as well. Let's see, what kind of military does France have? France has a substantial military, but I've got a more substantial one. Austria-Hungary sides with Egypt as well. Yeah, I don't think I need to involve myself in this. France is extremely, extremely outnumbered at this point. They're still feeling uncertain. I don't necessarily have an Ottoman Empire sides with Egypt as well. Yeah, okay. I don't need to be involved in this. All right, that's a naval invasion seemingly successfully completed. Really, you're uncertain with all of this help, huh? Well, we'll find out. And Russia sides with Egypt as well. France, did you get a bunch of infamy? Yeah, they're very high infamy. See, that's the thing about letting your infamy get too high. Yeah, you can wind up in a situation where you can't do the things you want to do diplomatically and therefore militarily because your freaking infamy is so high. So, this war should be done pretty soon. Yep. That's going to be done in about 20 weeks. Excuse me, France, why are you embargoing me? Are you? Alright, fine. We're rivals. You're embargoed. You can't have any of my things either. I'm trying to get my things. My objects? The objects that my people poured their blood, sweat, and tears into? Side with France just to make them mad. But no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hold it in. I'm not going to give in to my temptation to antagonize the French. And we're going to keep our eyes on the prize, and the prize in this case is Zanzibar. So after Zanzibar, we've got a bunch of small East African countries over here. We've got some Central African countries over here. But I think the next place we're going to go is Southeast Asia, because I want to do a little bit more. Conquest there. I'm also quite close to the Transvaal, and I could turn them into. They're already a protectorate. I could reduce their autonomy if I wasn't fighting in a war. But I'll be done with this war pretty soon. So we'll see. And there's electric railways. So, We actually have not even started the power plants that we were building in order to accommodate the electric railways. So for now, we're just going to have to leave that as it is and get started with our other stuff. Revolution in Nade, not my problem. I think that's pronounced Nade. I think that J is pronounced like a Y, but if it's wrong, don't tell me. I'm feeling very happy with my pronunciation. Just kidding. Feel free to if you want to get into the comments, if you know how historical Arabian state Nade is pronounced, go ahead, get in the comments about it. So if I reduce your autonomy, that's going to give me 3.3 infamy. That is actually going to leave me just below where I want to be. So let's go ahead and do it. They will accept. Very good. Transvaal accepts demands. Beautiful. Alright, so that puts us at 7.4 infamy. Let's just mouse over this. Okay, 7.4. I don't think there's fractional infamy beyond that decimal place. So there's no way this is going to get us up above 25. So let's go ahead and do it. Zanzibar has an army of 15 battalions. So I think the army of the Cape of Good Hope is nearby. That should be completely sufficient to secure victory in this war. And then once again, we'll have to take a little bit of time to get ourselves lower down in the infamy track, but for the moment we'll be good to go. Other things going on, there's a liberal revolt in Bhutan as well. I don't think anyone in Europe is going to involve themselves in this because they're all dealing with France and Egypt. Interestingly, Austria-Hungary and France don't have a Hold on. You can right-click and rotate the map. I had no idea. Goodness, that's pretty cool. I should play around with that some. Visitors from the colonies. Intellectuals from Chokwe are visiting our capital, arguing the case that their home country is far more civilized than we make it out to be, and that our colonial designs in them are unjustified. It is quite baffling, I must say, to hear you speak of being robbed when Great Britain brings you the greatest gift of all, the gift of civilization. The Chokwe gentleman leaned in and responded bitterly, I have seen the ships that arrive at our shores, and I have seen the ships that leave. The civilization you bring must be very light, but the price we pay for it seems to be quite heavy indeed. That's all affections and lies. Send them back immediately. This makes our intelligentsia and trade unions mad. Or perhaps there's some value to hearing their perspective. This reduces colony growth. I'm going to go with the first one. We're going to continue colonizing. We already have a colonization rights treaty with them, so that is going to be everything we could possibly desire. Cape Colony colonized Botswana. Good for them. Force comparison is looking not as good as I thought it was going to be, but I'm still not actually concerned about this situation. In any case, we are at last starting to build up the power plants that I was going to build up. A bunch of these railways are taking a really long time. Great Mosque is getting built as well. We'll leave that for next time, because for now, that's an episode. We've been doing some housekeeping, dealing with some revolts. It happens when you're colonizing big areas that a lot of people get mad about it. So nobody should be surprised by that. In any case, I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you all on the other side.